Well, good morning YouTube. Cornwall Advanced Motorcyclists ride out. Middle of March 2022. Graham's leading the show. So we're off. We're leaving Fradden, Indian Queens, the McDonald's, and it looks like we're going to take the A30 for a while. If I'd have known we was taking the A30, I wouldn't have put the cameras on yet, so I'll wait till we turn off and I'll get back to you. Okay YouTube, so I'm back. This Lofty's back. Well, today what I want to discuss is group ride outs. We've all been riding on our own, getting along nicely. Got the 125, passed our test, got the first big bike, and the lads invite you out, and you think, ooh, should I go, shouldn't I go? Now it's not so bad for me because I've been riding a long time and I've ridden with lots of different groups, and I mainly do IAM ride outs. So the one thing I've got, wherever I am in the country, if I go and join a new group or whatever, I know there's a known standard. Because to go on an IAM ride out, you need to have passed your IAM test or be test ready. So it's quite easy to know more or less the standard of what to expect. But like I said, the lads down the pub have invited you out. So what sort of considerations do you have to put in place? Well, first of all, I'd say to you is, do you know them? Do you know of them? Do you know about them? Whether in the pub or the Billy Braggers about how much wheeling and fast riding they do. It's very important that you feel safe, and for your first ride out, you don't end up going out with a bunch of nutters. So, you've had to think about it. You quite like the lads. Let's let him go because he's a giveaway. You quite like the lads. You're going to go on a ride out. So, what's your considerations? Well, first thing, I'd make sure that there's somebody in the group that you trust. You might have a phone number or whatever. Get the bike ready for your first ride out. Make sure it's fueled up. Make sure it's clean. Make sure it's legal. Check your tyres, check your water. Just little things, so when you're out on the ride, you don't have to think really about the bike. All you've got to think about is relaxing into where you're going and enjoy yourself. So that's the easy bit. What I would say is, when you turn up at the meet, chat away to everybody, get a feeling for what's what, have a look round at the bikes. I'd stay close or near or around somebody I know, or the one who's invited me, whatever, somebody you trust, and hopefully they'll look after you and lead you in a little bit. The most important thing is, don't get carried away with your own ability. You must observe speed limits. 30 in a 30, 40 in a 40, 50 in a 50. If you want to have a bit of fun and have a bit of a play, when you see the national sign, have a bit of a go. But really, you don't want to be going much faster than 60, because it's more difficult to concentrate and keep your eye on what everybody else is doing. So be aware to ride within your ability. Don't get sucked in to someone else's shenanigans. That's simple. So you're on the ride, you're out. Like now, today I'm following Graham, long established ride leader, ridden loads and loads of rides, knows where he's going. Give us a bit of a debrief, well, not debrief, a pre-brief before we left. Told us what he expected and what the rules were. Okay, fair dues. We're away. So once you're on the ride, you'll generally find, if there's more than 3 or 4 where you can keep close together, if there's 10 of you say, you need some sort of system. Generally, ride outs use 2 systems. They use what we call the second man drop off, which I'm going to leave for a bit because that's slightly different. What I would say is the vast majority of social ride outs, they use the follow the leader, look after the man behind, following. It's quite easy. So what you do is you get settled in. There's generally no overtaking within a ride, unless you get somebody who wants to have a bit of a blast. Let them go. Don't get involved. Let them go. So you're following the leader, reasonable distance. Like now I'm behind Graham, I'm doing what, 48, 50 mile an hour around the lanes. He's leading a nice ride. But your most important thing is that you don't lose the people behind. So although it's important to know where you are going, it's also extremely important to let the man behind or woman know where you're going. So we're coming round now to the little island at Lanhydrock. I know this road quite well. I'm not sure which way Graham's going to go. He might go straight on, he might go left, he might go right. So what I will do is I will watch to see where Graham goes. I will indicate to the man behind so as he sees where I've gone. If for some reason the man behind's a little bit laid back or a little bit slower, just slow down a little bit earlier, give him chance to catch up, and then have a look. So here we are at the junction. Graham's gone straight on. So I look in my mirror and I can see the big Super Tenere behind me. So I know that my buddy, the person following me, knows where I'm going. Now it's up to him, the man behind me, to look after the man behind him. So it's quite simple. And as long as you all observe the courtesy of looking after the man behind, in theory, you should be able to drive to Eastern Germany without having any problems or anyone getting lost. You generally find that the man at the front gives you all a bit of a chance, and whatever in towns and things tends to slow down a bit, give you a chance to bunch up. When you approach junctions or traffic lights or whatever, don't be afraid to pull up alongside or bunch up, get close. The more of you there are in the group, the more chance of losing somebody at a traffic light or an island. So the closer you can all get bunched up, the more chance of you all getting through. The worst thing is if the first 2 people are away and gone, and then there's 8 of you behind got stuck because there's a lorry come round the island or the traffic lights changed to red, and you're thinking, whoa, what's going on? Or just say 8 of you get through and the last 2. This is where you've got to slow down and give the people behind chance to catch up. And it's simple. It's ever so simple and effective. So if you follow simple rules, observe the speed limits, ride within your own ability and comfort zone, don't ever get involved in someone else's ride. So here we are, we're approaching the island. I've had a look in my mirror, I can see two lights. I can see Graham's turning right. I've indicated right. I know where he's going. He's not going anywhere fast. I'm not going to try and catch him yet. But the boys behind have all bunched up, and round the island we go. I'll just have a quick look, see? Yeah, everybody's there. The man in the orange vest at the back's there, tail end Charlie. We're all hunky-dory, away we go. So if you are going to go out for a ride with people you don't know, just be sensible. Just think about what you're doing. And the most important, I'll say it again, I can't say this enough, don't get involved in somebody else's ride. You always get someone in a group who wants to show off or let you know how good they are. Let them do it. Let them do it. If they want to behave a little bit reckless or do silly overtakes on white lines, let them do it. It doesn't matter. Generally, if you've got a considerate leader, which most people who lead are, because that's why they do the job, they'll start to slow down if needed, or they'll speed up when it's necessary. Like this road we're on now, the A38. I know we've just joined somewhere by Bodmin, and I know if we were going to Plymouth, we would be on this road for some 20 or 30 mile. So if I were leading, every chance I'd get, I'd stretch it a little bit, have a bit of fun, do the speed limits, have a, you know, enjoy myself, knowing that really nobody can get lost or disjointed. But if I was, say, going down here for 5 mile and then turning left, and it's important that everybody turns left, just bunch it up a little bit, just bring people together and let them come off. So just little things. But if you've got a full tank of fuel, you've either got a bottle of water or a flask of tea in your back, you've got some money if you need fuel, what can go wrong? Just take your time and enjoy it. Anyway, I don't want to waffle on about ride outs all day, because I'm going to enjoy it myself. We're going to have a few twisties coming up in a minute. I know we're heading to what's called Louis' Caff near Callington, which is it's a really nice caff. We've been there before. They do a decent bacon and egg sandwich. So if you get invited on a ride, go on it, enjoy it, do your own thing. You might find that the boys will take you to places you've never been or you would never dream of going. It's great. Like today I'm out with these boys. I've not been riding with them long. I've been riding with them since October. But all these new areas in sort of like East Cornwall and Devon and over Dartmoor and, like I say, Callington around there, I've never been to them before. Around Colliford Lake and all that. I'm having an absolute ball discovering places and cafes and talking to new chaps and ladies who I don't know about different things. It's great. So the social side of having a ride out's good. Plus you're in your own helmet, so you don't have to worry about catching much. As long as you sit on your own when you get where you're going. COVID I'm relating to, if anybody's a bit concerned about going out with different people who they don't know. Simple steps. Don't get too close, sit outside, wash your hands. It's all simple stuff. And hopefully, fingers crossed, you should go out on your ride, have a wonderful time, discover new places and get back home nice and safe. What I would say is, don't stuff yourself up with massive amounts of food all day, and always take in a little bit of water, half a litre or a litre of water. You tend to find if you're getting tired or flagging in the afternoon, because don't forget some rides, although they might only be 150 mile, they might be 5-6 hours or even 7 hours by the time you get back home. So don't get yourself dehydrated and don't get yourself tired by eating too much food. Little and often. Little bits to eat, little bits to drink often, and you'll get through the day and you'll have a wonderful time. Okay, so if you've gone out with a group and you don't like it, the pace is a bit hot, when you get to the first stop, just have a word with whoever's leading, say, do you normally ride this fast? Or is it like a one-off just to upset me? Be honest, be truthful. And generally, a sensitive ride-out leader will know you're new and they'll take it time anyway. But if you're not happy, when you get to the coffee shop, say, thanks lads, I've had a great time. I'm just going to make my way home steady. I'm doing a few more miles than I want to do. There's nothing wrong with that at all. Just say thank you and go home. And then wait for another group to invite you out. Or you might even find there's a subgroup within the group you went with. You often find there's groups find their own levels. Boys who want to razz around and enjoy themselves, act like nutters, they tend to ride with like-minded people who want to ride the same way. And also you get some who want to ride nice and steady, and it's more about the journey, having a look round and the destination than it is about going fast. You'll find out who you want to ride with. Once you find out who your buddies are, stick with them. Sooner or later they might say to you, you've been with us a few times now, do you want to lead a ride out? Do you want to take us to some of those places you know? And then the cycle all starts all over again. Such fun, that's what I'm going to say, such fun. Anyway, I'm going. I waffle on far too much. If you've enjoyed this little vlog, click the subscribe button, ring the bell, press the like, send me a message, whatever you want to do. I'm always willing to chat, chew the fat. So I'm signing out now because this road's a bit boring and it's one of those average 50-mile-an-hour jobs. So this is the Lofty Biker saying ta-da for now. Ta-da.